My name is Andrea Sorensen, and I am one of our associate principals at Hudson High School. Hudson High School is a public high school in Wisconsin. We are right across the border from the Twin Cities, so we're very close to Minnesota. And our building serves grades 9 through 12. We have around 1,700 students in our building. And then within our building for staff, we have about 120 teachers. I would say one of our short-term goals that we have is getting more exposure to Tutor.com across different subject areas and within our different departments. Our first year was 3 years ago, and we started with just our junior class to see how that worked, and we saw a big increase within English usage. And then this past year, we've been seeing more usage amongst our science or even some of our virtual school options for students. One of our long-term goals that we've really talked about is having our teachers feel more comfortable using Tutor.com within their classroom and actually potentially projecting it up on the screen or just showing students how to use it within the class in case they're working with other students in a group, and just having that access and ability and familiarity with the program. One of the things that we do right away is in our first week during advisory, we have a different, a modified schedule. And so we'll have advisory lessons where students will see Tutor.com and how they can use it. And then also in our freshman academy meetings, we use a teaming model similar to a lot of high schools or a house system. And teachers will have that on their classroom pages. And another way that we promote it with our students is we have a class link page, and Tutor.com is listed right there along with the slides of how to access it and the PDFs that you've sent to us. So they can really just see a step-by-step of how to get into the program. Another thing that we have done is within our advisory period is we use the ACT support. And so all juniors do an advisory lesson, and then they see how the ACT portal can help with their tutoring. Another thing we do is we have class meetings, and at each class meeting, we show Tutor.com at the beginning of the year, and then usually quarterly, we just put in a reminder for students. The other thing that we did actually last week that I think set us apart was we had some community and family engagement pieces during our parent-teacher conferences. And two of our instructional coaches just had a breakout room where parents and families were able to come in, and parents and families got to see what Tutor.com looked like, because we know that parents get a lot of emails and a lot of text messages and reminders. So having that interactive room where they actually saw the platform and how to use it, we got a lot of really positive feedback from families that was something to help them as they came in. One of the funniest things I thought was one time I got an alert for the sessions either being too long or something going on. And when I looked through it, I was like, well, that curriculum doesn't look right. And some of our students are actually letting their little siblings use it, I think, at the middle school level now too. So we're starting to see just an uptick in usage. And our first year, we had just juniors using it, and we saw a demand not only from kids, but also our staff were asking for it. They're like, hey, could we somehow just sneak a senior into this, or could we sneak a 10th grader in to get support? Because I was just in with an English PLC this morning, and they were talking about their first essay that's coming up and their rough drafts and grading it. And I said, no, I want to remind you guys, last year, your 9th grade teammates, they actually used the drop-off essay rough draft feature. So let me know a couple days in advance. I can connect with Anna at Tutor.com, and then we can have tutors ready to go to help take some teacher stress off. And there you could see this weight lift off their shoulder, oh yeah, I forgot about that. That'd be super helpful for me as an educator just to save some time. I think another benefit of Tutor.com is we have a lot of students who are involved in an extracurricular, whether it's traveling to a game on a bus, or they're waiting for fall musical practice, or they're at work and they have a break. So they just know that Tutor.com is always available for them. That they can log in, that they can get an extra set of eyes on their essay that they're writing if they're stuck on one of their math problems. This year especially, we're seeing a lot more science submissions also. And that just seeing that approval rating being around 93%, they're really seeing that it's helping and benefit them. And then they're coming back, and we're seeing more repeat usage, and also them sharing with their friends what they're seeing. Another thing that we do is we also share that information when we get the sessions that are either long or a kid got stuck. We send those to our teachers, and then our teachers can see where a student is getting stuck or asking for support, because we know then other students are probably getting stuck at that same spot. So teachers are finding that beneficial as well, to see where they can help support our students when they're face to face with them.